Now, Jalsa of Istirāḥah, sitting of Istirāḥah. Every time a person is coming up from sajda, he is not sitting for tashahhud, standing up. Alright? There is no ikhtilaf when it comes to sajda of tilawa, you just get straight up. But if it's not sajda of tilawa, normal sajda of salah, if someone is getting up, let's say after first rakat, second sajda, should he get right up straight away or should he sit and then get up? And Shafi'is, they said that every sajda from a person gets up to stand, there is a jalsa of istirāḥah. And I've already mentioned that before previously when we discussed someone forgot the mas'ala, if someone forgot the second sajda, when he goes down, should he sit down and should he then do istirāḥah? I might have mentioned it back then. But this is due to the hadith of Malik bin al-Huwayrith. He said about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Lam yanhad hatta yastawi qa'idan." Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did not stand up from sajda until he had adopted a sitting position first. So he sat down, then got up. From that hadith, the Shafi'is, they took that every time a person is getting up, he needs to do istirāḥah, he needs to sit down and get up, which is a good view. Second view is the madhab of the other three. They do not adopt that view. The reason being, in the Salah al-Musi'u fi salatihi, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't teach him that either. So this was not, so some of the other scholars, they say, well, this sitting is not to do with the Salah, the requirement of Salah, but rather this is towards the end of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's life, where he felt weakness and he sat down, then got up. Yeah? And it is all madhab agree, if a person feels weakness or is unwell or is old, he needs to sit down and then get up. This is perfectly fine. Should a healthy person, if he can get up, but he chooses to sit down and he gets up, there's on preference. Those who say, well, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did it, fair enough, you do it. And those who say, well, they did it because of a reason, and if you are not required to do it and you don't have the same reason, then you don't feel illness, you don't have weakness, you are not tired, then you shouldn't do it. So madhahib in general, other than Shafis, they don't do it unless a person is old, weak, and so on. Yeah? But both is good. Even if a healthy person, he decides to do it, that's it. Because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has done it. Now, when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did it, and the people who narrated it, the scholars interpreted that doing for a reason. The Sahaba didn't agree that this should be done in that way. The people who narrated the hadith, that is done, those who are the masters of the fiqh, they saw it, and the masters of the hadith, the earlier scholars, they saw it that this sitting was not part of the teaching of Salah. Wherever Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to teach Salah, he didn't teach that. So this was because of a reason of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam being unwell or not feeling 100%, so where he sat down and stood up. And where others, they said, well, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam done it, and that's one of his last actions, so we're going to do that. That overrides everything else. Yeah.